I'm Samantha, your Better You coach. Welcome to your abs and core workout today. Today we're going to use a very common household item. We are going to use a couch cushion. You can either grab a couch cushion or a bed pillow or just anything soft that you have around the house. It's just going to be a bit of a prop to help us with a few different exercises. You'll also need just a little bit of space, enough for a mat and possibly some water nearby. I'll be giving you some rest breaks, but obviously take rest breaks whenever you need as well. If you have any injuries, please work to your own limit. And if you don't have any injuries, also please work to your own limit. So you'll get the most out of today if you really focus on the quality of the movement, not so much the quantity. So try and listen to my cues and sort of take that on board and start to learn a bit more about how your body's moving, and you can really get a lot out of this workout. We're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up. So I'll get you to just come down onto your hands and knees. We're going to start with what's commonly known as cat-cows. So just warming up through your spine. So I want you to start from your low back. I want you to start to round through your low back, tuck your tailbone under, and you're going to look down through your middle. And then as you inhale, up in the low back again, imagine your belly button coming down to the ground first, and then the middle of your belly, then your ribs, and then your chest, and then lift your head up last, so coming into that extension. We're just going to round through the back again. So when you imagine really articulating through your spine, so think about the wave moving one vertebrae at a time, try and articulate, moving through, lifting the head last, and then exhale, coming round it down. Just getting your spine moving a lot. As I said, we're going to be doing some core work today, so we want to get your spine moving, and you're really starting to think about where your spine is in space. Okay, can we talk a little bit about neutral spine? So if you're thinking about your low back, in your low back here, this is an extension, so my low back is getting extended. If I tuck under all the way, this is flexion, so my low back is in flexion now. And somewhere in between, so you're going to come to that now, halfway in between is like a neutral position. So you're not extending too much, you're not flexing too much. It's really where you'd sit to be the strongest position there. And you're going to take some deep breaths in this position. As you exhale, I want you to think about lifting up a little bit through that low belly. So you don't want to suck your belly in and again change that position. So still keeping in that neutral position. Inhaling in deep, and then exhaling as you drone a little. It's really good to focus on your breath. Again, you'll get more out of the core work if you're using a nice deep breath. Take that breath into some movement out. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky. Open through your chest and look towards your hand if you can. And then bring that hand down and interlace it under the other arm. I'm going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, look up. So press through the right hand, open through the chest, and then come down through. So please know that none of the movements have to actually look like mine. We're all very different. Our bodies are very different. I'm quite short. Don't know if maybe sometimes that helps, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, everyone's really different. So, like I said, listen to your body and think a little bit more about what you're doing. Right arm's going to lift and then bring it down and through. So you're just swapping sides there. Lift up and then coming down and through. We're giving in each exercise a beginner and a more intermediate version as well. And then all the way down. And coming back to your hands and knees. Coming back to that breathing with your knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Take an inhale into your belly, and this time you're going to exhale, tuck your toes, and then lift your knees just a few centimeters off the mat. Think about drawing your wrists and your knees towards each other and feel that core, that inner core starting to fire. Now here you can press down a little bit more through your shoulders so you get that little bit of flexion through the shoulders, but keeping that low back neutral. Then from here, lift up through the hips, press the heels down towards the ground and coming to a downward dog. You can walk your feet out a little bit here if you want. And then walk your feet back towards your hands. Sorry, your hands back towards your feet. And then roll up nice and slow. Think about one vertebrae each time again. Roll your shoulders back. And then you're going to come back down. Tuck your chin into your chest. Still warming up, rounding through that spine. Walk your feet, what are they? Hands. And then bring those knees down. Which is me for doing the class in the afternoon. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, and then extend your hips up. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Ooh, I get it right. And then round through your low back. And you can reach up towards the sky. And then exhale, come down one more time, tucking that chin in. Round on the way down. And then walk your hands out onto the mat. Bring those knees back down. And then you're going to bring your knees wide, push back to a child's pose. Just stretching through that low back. And then coming forward again. So just pressing back into that child's pose position, trying to get those hips close towards those heels, and coming forward. So in this one, you can come forward even a little bit more, lower those hips, and then push back. Again, just moving through the back and the hips. Doing one more time. And that is done for the warm-up. We're going to start into some intervals. Okay, so you're going to grab your pillow. The first two exercises we're going to do, one is a little slower and one's a little bit more high intensity. So you're going to come down into a little like quarter squat. So you're just sitting your hips back a little. You're going to squeeze the pillow within your hands and then you're going to press out. So I want you to keep that core still and then stand up at the top. So press out, keeping that tension in the pillow and then stand up at the top. So little quarter squat, drawing through that belly, take an inhale and then exhale as you press out. We're going to do this for 40 seconds, 15 seconds rest, and then we're going on to exercise 2. So left foot's going to start slightly forward, right foot slightly back, arms out with the pillow, and then you're going to bring the pillow down to that knee, and then out. So do it as high intensity or as low and controlled as you like, and draw that knee up and bring it towards the pillow. So that one's going to be 20 seconds on each side. I'll have a little timer. We'll have a 15-second break in between. Okay, so starting in 8 seconds, we're starting with the parallel press, so into that quarter squat. I'll give you options as we go. So little quarter squat here, squeeze the pillow, push out, and then come in. Push out, and then come in, and stand up. Little quarter squat, push out, in, and stand up. So if you want to advance this, I kind of already went to it, you can come down into that squat and just hold the whole time. So you're really trying to press that tension. Think about pressing and squeezing the pillow, but making that movement come from your center. So if you're doing it all right, you should already get a little bit shaky. So your core is not this section here, it's actually all the front, all the back. And rest. 15-second rest. We're going into that extension. So in this one, you can come into that back tap and then through. If you want to make it even more advanced, you can keep that back leg lifted the whole time. My balance isn't feeling great today, so I'm going to stay with this one first. You'll get a little bit of a squeeze on the pillow here, but you're just keeping that balance. You'll probably start to feel it a little bit in that right foot too, changing sides. And other leg coming up. Sorry, that right hip. You can start to extend up a little bit more. Bring that knee right up to the chest. 5 seconds to go here. 15 seconds rest. We got 2 more rounds. So coming back to that control, that pillow squeeze. 3, 2, 1, quarter squat, squeeze and press. So the more tension you can get on that pillow, now I say this a lot in my classes, try not to get the tension in your face. So try and think about that tension really coming into here, exhale as you press out. And again, that option to come up in between. So the harder option is to hold in that little quarter squat Make sure you don't start to arch your back and feel it in the back. Try and keep that neutral position. A little bit of a tuck in that pelvis. 5 seconds to go. Keep that tension the whole time. And then coming back up. Okay. 10 seconds rest. And then we're going on to whichever side you started first. Last time, left foot in front or right. If you don't remember, it doesn't matter. Up. Try and go a little bit higher this time and then pull through. Now if you want to change it up a little bit, you can go a little bit more of a rotation to the side. So rotate that hip. Still try and keep your balance. Probably best if you don't try and go too fast. And change sides. Woo, one side balance was probably better than none. And rest. Whew. 15 seconds rest, last round. Doing those same 2 exercises again. You should start to be feeling a little bit of fire through here, but this will bleed us everywhere. Quarter squat, press. Last time with this exercise, make sure you're really squeezing that pillow tight. If you can press it right down in front of your chest without moving anything else. We've got 20 seconds left. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, hold at the bottom. See if you can go slower and press more. Really press as hard as you can. Five seconds to go. Squeeze, hold, press, 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 and rest. Whew. All right, last one. These lunges. Again, you can get that little rotation if you want a little bit different. So, step back, up, and try and keep that control. Go a little bit slower if you need. Try and drive that knee up higher into your chest. Change sides. Woo! Not real smooth on the change over here. Done! Round 1 finished. Take a quick break and we'll move on to round 2. Okay, coming down onto your mat for round 2. Exercise is a little different, not quite as heart rate-ish, but possibly. You're going to come down onto your hands and knees. You're going to lift your knees off the mat, just like we're doing in the start, try and keep that neutral spine. You're going to keep the cushion on the back to try and keep a little bit of awareness onto that neutral spine. Knees are going to lift. You're going to come from this bear crawl position to plank position, and then back to that bear crawl position. So we're doing this for 30 seconds. So this is more advanced. If you want to slow it down a little bit, you can go knee to the ground, and then go back just into that plank position, knee, knee. So if you're someone that's quite new and hasn't done a lot of planks before, it's a great option to start to go into those plank positions. Exercise number 2 is going to be grabbing that cushion between the legs. Arms, head is going to come down onto your arm. Squeeze the cushion in between your legs, and you're going to bring your legs slightly forward. So if you're on a mat, bring them forward to the front corner. You're going to lift those legs up and down. So it's a really small movement. Once you do it, you'll be like, whoa, it's quite difficult. So you can make it a little bit harder if you want to come up onto that top arm and coming into that little V position. It's a really small movement. You will feel it a lot in those obliques as well. So we're going 30 seconds each round this time, with again that 15-second rest. So starting with the plank, we're going to start in 10 seconds. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, tucking those toes under, look straight down, 2, 1, lift. So stepping back into that plank, and then down. Don't worry if the pillow falls, 100% my pillow is going to fall at some stage. Just try and keep a little bit of that awareness there. Now if you're someone that tends to get soreness in the wrist, Try and press a lot through your thumbs, evenly through your thumbs and through that pinky finger. And I like to keep changing which leg I step in first. And rest. So roll onto one side, grab that cushion, bring it in between your knees, take your options, so either laying down or propping yourself up a little bit on that top hand, making sure you're not pressing too much weight through that shoulder. Squeeze the cushion and lift. So bring those legs slightly in front, remember, so you're not flat out to the side, you're sort of in a little bit more of a V. Squeeze the cushion as hard as you can. So this will start to work your inner thighs too. Your inner thighs and your obliques will actually work a little bit together. If you guys have music on so you can't hear yourself breathing like I can. 5, you make it even harder by bringing your arm up too. And changing to the other side, getting that oblique on the other side. Take inner thighs, squeeze through the pillow. We've still got 5 seconds in this rest. Use it. Press yourself up on that shoulder if you want, or keeping that head down. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Remember what I said at the start, all about the quality, not the quantity, so it doesn't have to be big. Try and keep a control on the way up and on the way down, so actually the slower you go can make it a little bit more challenging, rather than trying to just use momentum to get through the movement. Go a little bit slower, squeeze that cushion. Last 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. I've got 2 more rounds, round 1 done. 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Into that vertical position. Step back, back, in. Really try and use your breath here. Take whatever options you need. If you need to start bringing those knees down to the ground, press through your thumbs. If you start to get a little bit shaky, probably means you're working really hard. Try and straighten those legs all the way out to really extend through the heels. You can pause a little before you step those knees in. Start on whatever side you started on last time, just to keep it even. Bring that pillow in between those knees. Come into that V position. 3, 2, 1. Lift. Again, you can take the more advanced version, lifting the arm up. A little bit slower. Last 13 seconds, squeezing that cushion as much as you can. So if I came along, I wouldn't be able to pull that cushion out from in between your legs. 3, 2, 1. Straight onto that other side. Squeeze that cushion in between the legs. Take the last 5 seconds to rest. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Good. See if you can keep up a little bit more. Then raise that arm to find it more advanced. This last part, this second half of this 30 seconds, go a little bit slower. See if you can make the movement more intentional. So you should feel that inner thigh working on that right leg, or whichever leg's on the bottom. And then that side oblique working. 3, 2, 1. So guys, we have 1 more round of these 2 exercises. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So don't give up here. Try and stay strong. Look straight down in front of you. Concentrate on that breathing. Knees should come in right under the hips. Float them if you can. Extend through those heels so the whole back of the leg's working. Last 3. Nice. I didn't drop the pillow like I said. My pillow must be a little bit stickier. Bring those legs slightly forward. You can keep that head down if you need. The last round. See if you can keep that squeeze consistent the whole time. A lot of people really don't like this exercise, but I don't know why. I think it's kind of fun. Last 10 here. Stay with it. Just keep those legs lifted a little if you can. It doesn't matter any amount. 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds. Onto the other side. Last time. 3, 2, 1, and lift up. Really squeeze that pillow nice and tight. Last round again. Try and stay really strong here. Keep squeezing as much as you're getting tired. So you've got those legs a little bit in front of, help you out a lot. Last 5. And rest. Round 2 done. We have one more round to finish. Grab yourself a quick drink break and rest. Last set here. We're going to do 30 seconds of 3 exercises. So we're doing a jackknife on each side, and then we're doing an exercise called the swimmer. So we're going to start with the jackknife reach. So right leg's going to be bent, left leg's going to be out. The pillow's going to reach out in front of you. Now, option number 1 is the more advanced option. So you're going to lift and reach to the side as you lift that leg up. So you're getting a little bit of a rotation through that core. Option, the easier option or the less advanced option is you're just going to reach with that pillow, sit up a little bit, and then come down. If the leg's too much, or if you start to get tired and you want to move back to this option, do that. If you feel that you're tensing too much in your neck, try and really keep your neck in a neutral position. So try and look at the pillow. Think about moving from here so you don't have to come up too far. Don't throw your head as you come up. So really concentrate on rolling up through that core and then coming back down. So it can be this small movement. Like I said, quality is better than quantity. So we're going to do that on each side. I'm going to throw the pillow away, come onto your belly. You're going to go arms outstretched, legs outstretched, thumbs towards the ceiling. Head's going to stay down on the ground. You're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg reach. And you're going to try and continue this for 30 seconds. So it's got to be really reaching. You try and get as tall as you can for 30 seconds, squeezing everything in the back of your body. So shoulders, arms, butt. Okay, we're going to start with the jackknife. 30 seconds. So, sorry, the half jackknife. We're only doing it on one side. So laying down on your back, reaching that pillow up. 3, 2, 1, lift and reach. So the thing with this exercise is that you will start to use the front of that leg that you're lifting a little. If it gets too much, like I said, just relax down. So you can come in just that halfway, lift and reach. Just trying to get that rotation. You can keep the leg down. Take whatever option you need here. We've got 5 seconds on this side before we change. Other side. So with the pillow up, right leg out. Take a little bit more rest. We have that little bit of extra rest. Take a few deep breaths. And go. Take the same option on the other side. You can press a little bit through that opposite leg, if it helps. "15 seconds rest before we go into that swimmer. So try and keep your head down for this, don't tense your neck, so forehead's going to stay on the ground. Thumbs up, and go. If you can, keep your pinky fingers and your toes barely touching the ground. It doesn't have to be a huge lift though. You again want to keep that neutral spine. A little draw in that low belly. reach out as much as you can. So I want you to create as much tension in your back of your leg, the back of your shoulders as you can. You can slow it down and go arm, leg, lift, lift. Again, it's all about that intentional movement. Rest. Back to the jackknife. We're going to finish off strong. Take a few breaths. And lift. Really reach with those arms. If you want to make it even more advanced, you can start to get a little bit more squeeze on that pillow, just like the exercise in the first round that we did. 15 seconds rest. Do anything here that feels good. Stretch, shake out, moving on to the other side. So leg out straight. Let's go. Really like to exhale as I come up. And if you've heard me doing that, so exhaling and then inhaling slowly as you come back down. Helps you control your breath, but also helps you connect a little bit more to that core. Squeeze that pillow a little bit more to make it a little bit more challenging. Onto the swimmers. Head stays down, thumbs up. Squeeze that tension first here, reach out as much as you can. And then go opposite arm, opposite leg lift. So start a little bit slower to get that control. If you can really lift and squeeze, press out through those toes. Five seconds to go. Last round. Last one, guys, you got this. Minute and a half, 90 seconds and we'll be done. Again, you can go back to just that little crunch. Feels like it gets a little bit more burn if you want to stay there. Just for that last bit. You can go for the last bit. 5 seconds. One side done. Three, two, one. Let's go. So just catch my breath there in between the rounds. Control on the way down as well. Try not to throw yourself back down to the mat. If you can squeeze that pillow a little bit here for the last 5, really work. Last part, 30 seconds. As much tension into the back of the body as you can. We're starting in 6. And go. Start of control, get as much tension as you can. Now see if you can start to pick up the speed a little without losing that tension. So arms and legs barely touching the ground. Keep lifting, go a little bit faster. Keep that core tension as you go, 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 go for the last 5. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Deep breath. Awesome work, guys. Might feel good right now to just come into a little bit of a cobra on your elbows. pulling that chest forward and just letting that those abs relax down towards the ground. Good work, guys. Hopefully you've got your heart rate up a little bit. Hopefully you've got a little bit of tension in there around your core. Just takes practice. You can come back and review this video whenever you want. Going down to the mat, then bring your knees wide. And you're going to push back to a nice child's pose. Then bring your head down to the mat. Rock your forehead side to side. And just let your breathing return back to normal. Try and rest in this position if it feels good. And you can stay here for as long as you like. You can come up, continue any other stretches that feel good for you. Guys, thank you very much for joining me today. It was an awesome workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check back in tomorrow for more workouts from Better You. Have an excellent day. Bye.